going to refer to you as Hot Dogs.
No.
Hot Dogs Hogan.
Just call me Hogs or Will.
That's a great goal, Hot Dogs.
Tom is a young player who's been in local football in Ballarat and showed some promise very early in the pre-season. He's a natural athlete and another good runner.
He's very, very athletic. If I was Monash, I'd be... I don't know who we've got who's athletic enough to cover him, to be honest. Maybe Leedsy. How do you stop the breathing in?
I think it shouldn't pick it up.
Okay, good. No, that'd be good.
Or usually, I think even if he'd be the best person to ask. But if you don't do it as close,
Yeah, okay.
it should still.
Can you still hear me from there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Any other names you recognise?
Kirk Downey, went to school with him.
Oscar Dowd.
What?
Oscar Dowd.
Yeah, that's a familiar name. AFL draft.
So he was a
Hello, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3
he
4
was
1
a
2 1
draft
2 1 2.
candidate.
Hello, hello, hello. 1 2 1
Obviously didn't
2.
get picked up.
Got that? It's about 2 metres.
Yeah, that is a familiar name. Go Connor Lapham next.
Yep. Okay.
Melbourne grammar boy.
Met with Fogarty. Oh no.
Mel grammar.
Yep. Which?
APS.
Go Connor Lapham.
Okay.
See if he's Nigel or Matthew Lapham's son.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so I'll do an intro.
Yep.
And then say just
Welcome me in or something.
and I'm Will Hogan, and with me is Sam Lelivre. Sam, how are we?
Believe,
Sam,
mate.
how are you? Sam Lelive.
Good, mate. How are you? Great day for football. Sun's gone down. A little breath of wind out here at Monash.
So name. So I think it's Lucas Becerra.
Becerra, yeah. Kovacevic.
Kovacevic.
That rings a bell.
Really? Okay. Welcome to the 2018 Varsity Challenge Cup between Monash University and the University of Melbourne. We are at Frierson Oval tonight on this beautiful twilight Tuesday. My name is Will Hogan and we have Sam Lalieve here with me tonight. Sam, welcome.
How you going, Hogs?
Very good, Sam, very good. Should be an interesting match tonight. University of Melbourne on paper look very, very strong with VFL represented Tom Hodgson and Oscar Dowd looking the two key players tonight.
Yeah, I know Tommy from Ballarat. He's a Ballarat boy. He was up at the Rebels, now down to North Melbourne. So looking out, keep an eye out for him, number 11.
Definitely one to look out for. And for Monash University, bit of an experimental side tonight. A few one's representatives, and then along with a few ring-ins. It should be okay on their side. What do you know about them?
Yeah, there's a few boys coming back from injury as well. Lockie Lane, Big Truck Lane, he's back in. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. And then Big Charlie Cosgrove, the captain, number 10 tonight. Didn't play on the weekend, but keep an eye out for him coming off the back line. Good player.
If you had to pick the key player tonight for Monash Uni, who would you say?
I think for mine it would be Lockie Leeds, renowned tough man, serious player. Keep an eye out for him. He's wearing number 20 tonight.
So former New South Wales under 18s representative.
Yep. Murray Bushranger in the TAC Cup. Very, very good player. What about yourself, man? Who's catching your eye?
Really interested in number 25, Elliot Staley tonight.
Yep. Yep.
Really big marking prospect, and looking forward to him showing what he can do. There's a few players here that will be pushing for one selection come the start of the season under coach Mark Passador's side. So really there's a lot of boys that we playing for keeps and trying to force their way into this Monash Uni Blues ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of those is Paddy Clifton, wearing 32 tonight. Seriously good ball user off half-back. Probably been pushing the ones, just letting himself down in the fitness department.
You're not wrong there, Sammy. And for University of Melbourne, we don't know that much about them. We will try and spot the good ones early on. I do know Jamison Crawford, number 12, a good Bendigo boy. A very, very good volleyballer, but has decided to give football a go, enjoying life now at Melbourne Uni and at college. So it'll be good to see him run out there. Very good athlete and very good leap. So look out for number 12, Jamison Crawford.
Yeah, beautiful. Looks like they're just about to do the toss now. Charlie Cosgrove running into the centre.
Newly elected into the Monash Uni Blues leadership group this year. He's come a long way from the skinny back pocket back in 2014.
Yeah, he's really put himself into contention of that leadership group purely just from his love of the game and how hard he goes at it, the passion he has for football, I guess.
And the toss has been awarded to the Monash Blues, and they'll be kicking towards the car park end. And the captain tonight for the University of Melbourne is number 16, Connor Lappin. So
that's to the right of screen, viewers.
Our umpire for tonight is former Monash University player and Mazanod player, Joachim Reimers. He's given up football to get onto the umpiring scene, which is very good. A lot of more umpires are needed nowadays. Our president is the former president of the Umpires Association. He's very keen on getting as many umpires into the game as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Might have to think about taking it up, hot dogs, if I can't get back out there soon, mate. I'm sick of these injuries.
That is true. It looks like our bench tonight for Monash will be Fergus McLaren, Tom Clayson, Liam Dolby and Clay Hodgson.
Yep. Players just walking out to their positions now.
And the Frierson, newly renovated ground. About 2 years ago, it was a mud heap.
Looks pristine now, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So thanks to everyone at Monash Sport and Team Monash for putting this beautiful ground now.
So in the guts, it looks like it's big Nicky Morrow in the ruck. Is that Paddy Clifton starting in the guts with Lockie Leeds, hard man. Look out for him. And who's Nicky Woodland wearing the 15? Don't often see him in that
very experienced Monash lineup. And for the Uni Blues, we have captain Connor Lappin there in the midfield. Number 2, Luke O'Callaghan. And here we go, about to start. Ruck contest up. Morrow wins the tap, sort of hands out to
Lockie Leeds.
And here we go, Woodland into the inside 50. Bucky misses the initial marking contest. Ball in dispute. Beautifully won there by Jamison Crawford, and Uni of Melbourne will now kick it out from the half back. Spoil from Connor Squires. Good pick up from Alec Binns.
Oh, dangerous kick there, hot dogs.
Cross face of goal. Nearly a Cardinal sin. Nearly a tackle. Lachlan Buck in the square. Seems to throw up. And out of bounds. Weird start there.
Very
Across
odd.
the goal.
Yeah, he's kind of running back against the grain. I don't know if he just lost thought of which way he was going there or what was going on. But anyway, ball's back in.
Ruck contest in Monash Uni's forward line. And a great clearance there from Luke O'Callaghan. Some early touches early.
Great mark.
Great mark. Great attack on the football there.
Spreading hard here, Melbourne, University of Melbourne.
Looking central and great intercept mark from Charlie Cosgrove. He'll look to do that a lot today.
Oh.
Dangerous kick in the middle, but Nick Cowan
made it look good.
And there's Elliot Starley surging through the middle. Can't hit Lachlan Buck. University of Melbourne regather again. Teams will be looking to go lateral tonight. Definitely the new trend in AFL football these days.
There he is. Paddy Clifton, told you, across half-back. Gives it to Charlie Cosgrove. Great users off there.
One of many intercept possessions one would think for Clifton tonight. McLaren once again looks lateral. Starley, ball in dispute.
Trapped in there. Ball up. Still no score here at the Freeson.
Morrow and Winpope contest.
Ball in dispute. Tackle there by Leeds. Ball trapped in. Another ball up here.
Morrow, Winpope again in the ruck. Morrow wins the tap. Ball at ground level. O'Callaghan again. Another inside contested possession. Off his boot. Castle's ball in dispute.
Jenky.
Morrow, handball forward. Great tackle there from Lockie Leeds. Ball rebounded from Melbourne Uni's back half. A lot of space on the wing here for Sam Cameron. And another intercept mark. Monash, 3 intercept marks off their halfback already now. It's becoming a crucial intercept.
Got to look cleaner across there. Monash will look to clean up across that halfback line all night.
More numbers to the ball for Uni of Melbourne. Once again, look lateral from Sam Cameron. The captain there, Lappin wins the ball. Nearly got the 1-2. Sam Cameron, a few touches in a few minutes here. But once again, inside 50, not on target.
Yeah, a few shallow entries from the University of Melbourne early.
They are looking to dominate, though, so far off this half back line. Uni of Melbourne win the ball here. It falls to O'Callaghan, who's had plenty of it early. Ball knocked out in the tackle. We may have another ball up here.
Hot footy early, hot dogs.
Very much so. Melbourne Uni seem to have a bit of the ascendancy early. Quick kick out of the pack.
Out in the full.
And out in the full.
Who's that? Truck Lane to kick it back in. Coming back from a back injury. Prime user.
They'll look to chip around here, Monash. Don't look to like to go down the line, but it is the last resort. Down the line from Lane.
Falls to Jenky. Out to Woodland. Good spin.
Cowan trying to get a clean position here. Jenky on his knees, and we'll have another ball up. Very contested ball early. Uni of Melbourne are looking to find the space, and they have found it at times. Ruck contest. Winpope wins the tap. O'Callaghan in there again early. He's had plenty of it so far.
Good tackle there from Woodland. Strong man.
Nick Woodland, one of those men trying to push for one selection. Winpope with the tap.
Good spin out of trouble
Very
there.
good spin out there from Alex Binns.
Snap for goal.
That
And
is
out in the full again.
Out in the full again. Alex Binns with a nice move there. Sammy.
Very nice.
Clifton goes short.
To Cosgrove. See how he uses it. Probably missed his target there. Could be rebounded quickly here.
Monash get the outnumber and they win it.
Ball came loose in the tackle there. Nearly could have dropped it. Ball up again.
And that'll be a key thing for Mark Pastor tonight, as we see here. The ball did come out of the tackle, but getting the numbers to the contest will be a crucial statistic for him. O'Callaghan again out of the pack. Ball goes forward. Starley pushes his body through.
Handball to nowhere there. Body line the
Oh,
ball.
great contest from Charlie Cosgrove there. Squires surging.
That's how you
Starley again and holding the ball.
Done.
That's a great tackle there.
To go lateral here, University of Melbourne.
Becerra on the wing. Inside 50. Good body work for Leeds.
Great follow-up tackle there from Leeds as well.
Kimpton in early.
Shot.
Shot on goal from Sack.
Out in the full, or you got a boundary throw in?
Goes out of bounds. It was a great tackle there from University of Melbourne. Monash was surging forward.
Boundary throw in, deep in University of Melbourne's forward half.
Morrow seems to be rucking all around the ground at the moment. We'll be testing his fitness for sure.
Yep. Also another one returning from injury or just absence. Haven't seen a lot of him of late.
Yeah, another young prospect for Monash with the flurry of ruckmen that they have.
Absolutely.
Woodland. Good use off half back, but
Ooh,
great
missed
interception there off the bench from Andrew McDonald. Not the former Victorian captain.
Those lateral, wide open spaces.
City of Melbourne, another inside 50 and another intercept mark, this time from Jenke.
New bloke to Monash. Comes from Renmark.
South Australia.
Yep.
Twig in the centre of the ground. Both teams looking to go lateral, but disposal efficiency is hurt so far in this match. But clear direction from both teams at the moment, don't you think, Sam?
Yeah, definitely that switches on. The Varsity is a really wide ground. It's definitely a tool to use. Just got to get that disposal efficiency up.
Quick kick from Allen and another good mark from the skipper in Cosgrove. He looks to use it early. Woodland.
Doesn't have a lot to kick to here. Got to go down the line in hope. And there's Tommy Hodgson, the VFL prospect.
Oh, Hodgson shows his skill there. Handball over the top. Andrew McDonald forward. They've got a 2-on-1 here. Staley misses it at the back. Uni of Melbourne forces the way through. They might get a snap-on goal here. But it's another wayward kick.
Out in the full. There's no wind out there, viewers. It's just wayward kicking early. Still 0 apiece.
No one yet to break the deadlock yet. Although University of Melbourne have had majority of the play. Cosgrove, half back line, just scurries it forward.
Nick Cowan chasing.
Hodgson.
Spread wide, University of Melbourne. A lot of space out there, a lot of time.
We got Williams in the half back on the car park side of the wing. There's the kick. It's the one they want. And this is Hucker.
Kicks down the line to an open man.
Very good kick there. And this is the captain, Lappin. Inside 50 in there. Oh, that's just too easy ball movement there. And a simple mark to Nick Ziemkiewicz, who will line up from about 40 metres when he takes the kick. Yeah, just caught too big a hole there in the forward 50.
Yeah, not accountable on that occasion from the defenders.
Ziemkiewicz to open the scoring. Looks pretty good off the boot.
Well. First goal of the game.
And University of Melbourne take a 1-goal lead in this match. Nick Ziemkiewicz just with a beautiful set shot routine there. And look, no surprises early. University of Melbourne dominating possession. It's just about capitalising on those inside 50s.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Monash have done pretty well to stem the flow of the inside 50s, but just coming out of that back line, just really hurting us at the moment.
Monash playing a very, very high line. Mark Passador likes to his forwards to push up. Seems like they can't get any targets at the moment, though, coming off the half-back. Ball up.
Twig to Buck. Buck wrapped up immediately. We'll have another ball up.
Twig and Binns in the ruck. Binns wins the tap. Down to McDonald. Clifton, quick kick through. Kimpton on the rebound.
Cosgrove
and
again.
Charlie Cosgrove for maybe his 3rd or 4th intercept mark.
Racking up those super coach points, hot dogs.
He would be.
Kicks to the forward flank area. Good mark out there by Dolby. Oh no, Woodland.
Sure, he'd like to get recognised as Dolby, I don't think, Sam.
I wouldn't have thought.
And it's a great kick and a pretty good mark from Morrow. He looks to play on across goal. Hodgson
Oh, good clearing kick off the ground.
Clifton, oh, he just runs over the top. Melbourne Uni have the numbers.
And they're
and
off.
they've got the space here.
Oh,
Running down the wing through Ukovic, but he turns it over and Castles marks. Castles short kick.
Finds Dolby.
Liam Dolby.
Inside 50 tomorrow.
Big kick in. Melbourne Uni with the numbers.
Spoiled themselves, their hot dogs.
Trying to gain possession. Good forward pressure, and we'll have a ball up inside Monash forward 50.
Getting the glute stretching.
Glute stretching in.
Ball up. Falls out to Buck. Overrun
Can't
it.
get clean possession. Taps it through.
Woodland.
Handball to Woodland. Left foot. Up in the air. McLaren can't. Forces the break.
Morrow wrapped up. Ball spilling free. Hodgson out there, and they mop up. Oh, no.
Great fist
work.
there from
Mitch Jenke.
Mick Jenke, who has been quite instrumental so far for Monash. Mark Passador will like that, like his forwards with that early pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Winpope with the early tap.
The ball
McLaren wraps him up. Quick kick by Jenke. Doesn't go 15. And we might have a high tackle, a high marking infringement, and Woodland will take the kick.
Yeah, just the last few minutes, Monash have managed to trap the ball in their forward 50, which has been really promising signs.
One of the strengths from Nick Woodland last year was definitely set shot kicking.
Absolutely. In he comes.
Woodland need this one for Monash, and I've
Struck it
put
poorly.
the absolute Mickey on him there.
It's minor score.
Monash are on the board, trail by 5 points.
Hodgson to bring it in. I think. It's a good mark there. Come up towards centre wing.
Oscar Dowd moves it into the middle. Good pick up there.
Downey.
Really good move there by Lappin.
Oh, good.
And Charlie
Body line the
Cosgrove
ball.
again from the half-back flank.
He's tearing him up off there.
Kick in, McLaren gathers the ball. Handball to Cowan. Cowan along the ground.
Hodgson. Yep. Run around a man. Just poor kick there in the end. Morrow. He's been a really good target up there, Nicky Morrow. That's a shot on goal. Dribble. Miss. Minor score there.
Monash now trail by 2, but have started to work into this game. Mike Passador will be pleased with the fight back, because University of Melbourne seemed to dominate possession early. Kicker on the wing.
Contest by Squires.
Lappin wraps him up. It's a great tackle. Wins the ball. Fantastic there from Connor Lappin.
Oh.
And the 15-minute quarter comes to an end.
They're
And
out there too, hot dogs.
a pretty even match so far, don't you think, Sam?
Yeah, it's a kind of a story of two halves of that quarter. Started hot. University of Melbourne had a lot of the ascendancy earlier in the quarter. And then Monash kind of wrestled it back a bit, but couldn't score a major there in the end.
So the score so far tonight on your screens, Monash University trail 0 goals, 2 behinds, 2 points to Melbourne University, 1 goal, no behind, 6. The key players, I think, for tonight so far have been number 6, Dean Connor Lappin, and number 2, Luke O'Callaghan for University of Melbourne. And for Monash Blues, Sammy?
Yeah, Chugga Cosgrove off half-back. He's had probably 5 or 6 intercept marks at number 10, the captain. Leading from the front, and Lockie Leeds also burrowing in.
So what do you think Mark Passador will be saying to the group now? Very, very calm man.
Yeah, I think just the disposal can be a bit cleaner. Still looking to switch the football. Great open spaces here at the Friesen. Inside 50 disposal has been poor in both teams, but I think Mark will definitely address that. Forward's got to get up the ground and look to be a target there.
And for the University of Melbourne perspective, did they be relatively happy with that quarter?
Yeah, it just fell away towards the end of it, but I think they'd They know that they're definitely in with a chance here. Some of their players, they're good ball users, really getting their hands on the footy.
University of Melbourne dominated early, a number of possessions across both wings. Just a few rush kicks maybe cost them. When they probably didn't capitalise when they had that momentum.
Yeah, that 3 or 4 out of bounds on the full there, where if you had to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on, then this game could be a completely different story there. Who's this coming off the ground? Looks like there's an injury to a Monash player. Is that Clay Hodgson? No?
We'll get our physio team on that. Try to find out who that injured player is.
Yep.
So in the recent varsity matches, 2017 and 2016, Monash University Blues came out victors. And before that, in an absolute thriller at Icon Park in 2015, University of Melbourne managed to get across the line. So they'll be looking, having lost the last two, they'll be looking to get the ascendancy over Monash tonight, because as this format, the Varsity Challenge, expands, I don't think sources tell me inside University of Melbourne aren't too happy that they've lost the last few to Monash Uni.
No, and the winner of this game gets to fly over to Adelaide and play University of Adelaide, which Monash did last year and came out victorious.
So that's what they're playing for tonight. So for not just naming rights and bragging rights, but a trip to Adelaide University to fight for the next stage of the Varsity Challenge Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And that injured player that just came off, I've just been told, was Harry Condon. Not sure what the injury was, but bad luck for him. It's Passador just giving his final messages to the troops. Lockie Lane there, looking attentive.
He'll be relatively positive with his comments, I think, Passador.
Young side.
I think the team are playing to the direction he likes. He's not too worried about poor disposal. He just wants to see effort and attempt in the game plan. And from what we've seen so far tonight, it seems quite clear that Monash are trying to play a certain brand, and on the contrary, as University of Melbourne, really looking to use the wide open spaces and get the ball in hands of players that are in the uncontested area.
Monash is going back out to their positions now.
Seems like both teams have a number of ruckmen they'll be using tonight. We have Nick Morrow and Lachlan Twig for Monash Uni. And it seemed like Alec Binns, Harry Winpope, and Nathan Hucker at times. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Winpope looked quite impressive, I thought, in that first quarter.
They do. They look like quite a tall side compared to Monash at the moment. Good test, Morrow, but hopefully he's up for this challenge. About to get back underway here.
A few highlights from the first quarter on our screens as we are in the twilight sun here at the Frierson.
Beautiful night.
Second quarter about to get underway. Rimus with ball in hand. Morrow, windpipe in the ruck. Winpope down.
Ball in dispute. Being won there by University of Melbourne. Going forward.
Quick kick forward. Monash get hands to it. Dangerous early. Has been sacked. Tries to get the ball free. He looked a bit of a threat here early. Ryan Sack. Ball cannot become free, and we have another ball up in the University of Melbourne forward 50. Tap by Morrow to Cosgriff. Hands out to Squires. Gets his arm free. Can't get an effective handball. Surging through University of Melbourne forwards. We'll have another ball up.
We're deep inside University of Melbourne's forward 50. Ball up again. Ruckman go up. Win by Morrow towards the boundary line. Goes straight back out of bounds. We'll have a throw up. ball in. Sorry.
And we have Luke O'Callaghan just roaming free at the edge of the forward 50. Dolby seems to come to him now. Morrow wins the tap, but straight to sack. We'll go across the line again.
Cliffo got him around the neck there. Apologise. Good faith.
Ball thrown in. Monash win it off the half-back.
Out there, Leeds running off. Kick in the middle, and it's the story of the night a bit for Monash so far. Just haven't had that forward target. Melbourne really intercepting well off there.
And that's a good mark there down by Connor Lappin, the captain, who has had a bit of it tonight.
I wonder if he's a relation to Nigel or Matthew Lappin, hot dogs.
Would be a handy relation if he was. He's
Absolutely.
Certainly
it's a good
got
pedigree.
the attributes of Matthew and Nigel out there.
Yeah.
Lappin will kick from just under 50.
Walking in now. Clifton trying to put him off. I'll tell you what, his face had put me off, hot dogs. How'd it goes?
And it's across the face for a behind.
Cosgrove to bring it back in. Thinks he's a good ball user. We'll see how he goes.
Charlie Cosgrove, for the favourite AFL player is Dane Rampy. Very similar players. Both hate to waste the ball, and there you go, straight kick to Lachlan Buck.
Oh,
Bork sidestep, maybe did too much. Buck wins the ball back. Quick hurried kick onto his left in the centre of the ground.
Oh, well done.
A courageous mark there by Liam Dolby. Plays on immediately. Onto the forward 50. Mark out there by Monash. Kicks inside, and that's very, very good ball movement there. Into the middle, out to the wide wings, and back again through the centre. It's the way Mark Passador wants to play, and he will be happy with that.
So this is Lockie Mack lining up for goal. Relatively new bloke. Paddy Clifton just telling him to go back and have a shot. Kicks from 45.
Ball won't get there. Touch on the line. Ball in dispute. And rush through there by Dolby. Positive signs early in this second quarter from Monash. Very good ball movement there. And he may have stepped on the line there. That is nearly a cardinal sin. And another chance here for Monash to grab the lead. After a slow start, they've definitely surprised me here in the commentary box. They've looked more polished than I thought they would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Win Pope, and that is illegal.
That is
from Win Pope. That is the old Mitch Robinson.
That's just a brain fade.
Any
Lack
Mitch
of
Robinson
knowledge.
fans out there, they wouldn't be happy with what Win Pope did just then.
No.
Obviously wasn't watching the 2011 elimination final.
And Twig just going to pop one through here. And beautiful for Monash's first goal.
First goal on the board. And they hit the lead 10-7.
Yep, and just got the word that Harry Condon just split the back of his head, got a bit of Vaso in there, and he's fine. He's going to run back out there. Good on him.
Very courageous there from Condon.
Yeah. Another ball up in the middle.
Who scored 9-7.
Up they go.
Morrow, Win Pope in the ruck. Tap down to O'Callaghan. Min Pope follow up his own ruck work, but wrapped up there by Morrow. O'Callaghan getting his hands to most of these stoppages here. Monash need to lock onto him. Quick kick by University of Melbourne. Clay Hodgins wins the ball.
Oh, thought he got a hand to that, hot dog.
Might have been a high tackle, I think.
Okay. Free
Clay
kick.
Hodgson will look to go inboard if he can. Down the line. Not much on line.
Oh, drop the mark.
Morrow may get it here. Buck.
That's the leads. Feels the leads. Just head over it. Just run over it, unfortunately.
University of Melbourne, quick kick forward. Good spoil there from Staley. Connor Squires gets around one, picks it up. Plays on quickly from University of Melbourne, back into the forward 50. They got numbers on here. Man in the square.
Just couldn't get it to
and they
him.
can't get it to him. And they're appealing for out in the full.
Just a bit of a waste of possession there. They had more time and numbers than they thought.
Very quick repeat inside 50 there from University of Melbourne. Nelly out in the full, but may have come off his knee.
Ball back in. Ruck go up. Woodland in the ruck.
Might have been a third man up there. Not called. Comes out to Uni Melbourne. Snap. Goalkeeper on the line. Hodgson.
Oh,
Roos
back out. And it's,
just bounces in. Cosgrove corrals on the boundary line.
Mark down there by Squires. Plays on quickly out to the far side. It's Woodland out there getting a lot of the ball.
Seems like a key directive is a mark in that back 50 is to move on quickly and get the ball moving.
These next few kicks are really going to be telling for Monash at the moment. We just haven't been able to get the ball out as cleanly as we'd like.
Staley, long kick out of the defensive 50. And the ball sees itself out.
Coming back in the middle. Paddy Clifton still in the guts.
Winpope, Morrow again in the ruck. Winpope wins the tap, but straight to Jenke. Handballs to Clifton. Clifton, quick kick on his right. Good lead forward there by Twig. Traps the ball, back to Jenke. Jenke links up with Buck.
Buck has a shot on goal, running shot on goal, and he's
just across the face. Another example of the fluid ball movement there from Monash.
Great run by Mitch Jenke.
Jenke, Buck,
Bring
and
the ball
Lockie
back
Mack
in.
all involved.
Shouldn't have been a drop mark there. Not sure.
Lockie Mack.
Just a bit.
As we see
fumbly.
on our screen, just very good ball movement and link-up play there from Jenke and Buck. Winpope wins the tap. Straight to Jenke, though. Can't get clean possession. O'Callaghan wraps him up. Lappin appealing for the diving on the ball, holding the ball, but not paid.
Ruckman go up. Ball spills out. Monash way. Ball in dispute. Bucky puts his head over it, trying to knock it out. We'll have another ball up here.
So you've just joined us in this Varsity Challenge Cup. Monash lead Melbourne Uni by 3 points halfway through this second term. Mack hands to Dolby in the green boots. Centres straight forward.
Kick.
And a good mark there from Oliver Hurley. Found a lot of space there.
Yeah,
Monash probably haven't found as much space as they have.
fantastic unselfish kick there by Liam Dolby. Steering the footy. Line up for his second shot.
Directly in front, Hurley. To extend Monash's lead. Swings around, Buddy Franklin-esque.
And he's missed it.
But he's hooked it to the right of screen.
It's good signs here from Monash. Just a few repeat entries. Ball use is increasing.
Both sides haven't capitalised on their respective momentum. 1-5 Monash to 1-1 Melbourne Uni. Kick out. Nearly tunnelled there, Binns.
Tackle by Cosgrove.
Binns and Twig in the ruck. Binns wins it down. Lappin.
Gets spun there.
Quick kick out.
Cosgrove
again. Looking for this option. And they like to the ball in Lockie Leeds' hands. Although he might have seen the boundary umpire as a Monash player there. Lockie Lane down to McLaren. Dolby, who's had a lot of it in this first half. Straight to University of Melbourne there. Keeps it in Hodgson. Shows his class and poise there.
Looks
Tommy
to get
Hodgson.
it back.
Binns around the corner, looking to go lateral. Cameron. Not a bad kick in there to Ziemkovic. Ziemkovic forward. Mark to sack. Sack wheels around on the right. Oh!
Leeds going for a screamer. About a
And
shot off the
poked
ground.
through. But he's just missed.
Lockie Leeds was nearly horizontal then, hot dogs. Interesting marking attempt. Probably should have gone the spoil.
Lockie leads with a bit of airtime there. And the soccer goal from Hucker does not prevail. Cosgriff in the back pocket. Short kick in to Jenke, asking him a bit there.
Uncharacteristic of Cosgriff. But just going back to him and his intercept marking earlier, I'd almost try to go Port Adelaide Alex Rance on him and tag him out of the back line.
He is having a big impact. Twig down. Melbourne Uni win the ball.
Back out of bounds.
Mitch Jenke has been very impressive so far for Monash. Can you tell us much about him, Sammy?
New bloke from Renmark, young 19-year-old. Very athletic, looks a lively type, pushing for one selection at Monash Blues. Another ball up here on the halfback flank for the Monash University.
Binns wins the tap, but straight to Hodgson. Hodgson wheels around.
Great kick.
And a great kick there to Nick Cowan. Nick Cowan on the centre wing of the Frierson Oval.
Looks to go down the line.
Tries to find Buck.
Good effort in the end going back there. It was hard to make a contest of that. Ball's trickles out.
Ziemkiewicz can't keep it in.
I reckon that ball then probably could have gone a little bit more laterally then instead of down the line. What are your thoughts there, hot dogs?
Yeah, it's probably the strength that's been so far for Monash is when they have looked to go inboard and move the ball quickly. It's probably a bit static there from Cowan.
Yep.
Woodland appeals for the high contact, but Reimers disagrees. Throw in. Binns wins his own ball. Quick kick forward. Sam Cameron.
One-on-one here.
Oh, Cosgriff leads from the front. Lappin tries to get rid of Cosgriff.
It was a great
Gets
contest.
it out down to Kimpton. Kimpton a quick kick forward. Plenty of numbers here for University of Melbourne, but again, rushes through. This is a few times now. University of Melbourne just haven't used the numbers they've had forward.
No, really wasted opportunities here, and I hope it doesn't come back to bite them later in the game.
Jenke kicks out.
Ooh. Tried to make it look good there. Leeds, or is
We have
that
a whistle there?
Condon?
Out in the full. University of Melbourne will come straight back into their forward 50. They've got a few tall targets down there. They'll look to use them.
Up they go.
Contest. Twig goes up. Cameron wins at ground level. Another quick kick forward and another rush behind. Score is now 11-10. So you see,
Ooh, it's very close there, but
very unlucky there from
Condon
Condon.
back on
Back
the ground.
Clifton kicks to himself.
Fantastic ball user, Paddy Clifton. Great
And
kick.
There's an
Ooh.
example there, but the mark spilled by Castles.
Oh, great fend off.
Fend off there.
He's down
Fend off
too.
there from Connor Lappin. And he's got Castles in the esophagus there, I think.
In the jejunum.
Melbourne Uni, another rush kick forward. Cosgriff will go up.
Can't
Two
even meet
fisters
it.
there. Clifton, quick kick. Squires leads. Monash just trying to play this territory game, getting it out, and they've got a bit of space here on the wing. Dolby looks to go inboard. Quick kick,
Ooh,
intercepted
average kick.
there by Monteith.
It was on.
He
Clifton.
plays on.
He's off.
Clifton
Oh, breaking tackles, Cliffo. Good work.
over the head of Twig.
And that's the end of the first half of football here, Hogs. Tightly contested, only a point in it, and I think it's safe to say both teams have wasted it in front of goal.
And as you join us here at the Frierson on screen, 11-10 so far in this half. Very scrappy at times, but when both teams have looked to get in space, it's been quite impressive ball use.
It has been, it has been. Some of the runners for the Monash Blues have found the space at times and managed to get the ball in, and that's resulted in our goal.
University of Melbourne with a lot of possession early. Probably just too many rush kicks forward, would you say, Sammy?
Yeah. I think they've got some quality players that just haven't been able to find the footy in front of goals yet.
They've been looking to use their tall forwards and their rucks that they're rotating through. Names like Alec Binns, Sam Cameron, Nathan Hucker, and Harry Winpope. But they just haven't been able to cling on.
And we've got some special comments from big Chrissy Wheeler. He's coming over to say hello.
We've got the
Big Chrissy, big boy
Monash
Wheeler.
University Blues 2's best and fairest from 2016 with us. Chris, how are you going?
Yeah, good, thanks, Phil. Thanks for having me on today, mate.
So, Chris, what have you've been watching this game quite closely? What's been your analysis so far from the game?
Yeah, just a lack of composure from both teams at the moment, really coming to hurt them. You can see, even from the scoreline, just they're lacking that polish to really, for either side to get clear.
And from a personal point of view, how's your pre-season tracking? Are we going to see you out there soon?
A few niggles like any other player at this time of year, but just building strongly at the moment. I should be right for round 1, I think.
In a form of varsity play yourself, what do you expect from a contest like this?
Oh, just good, clean, hard footy and just do the best for your university, I think.
Thanks for that, Chris, and we hope to see you out soon.
Thanks for the time, fellas.
Thank you, big boy Wheeler. Special guest comments.
So there you have it. At half-time, score is 1-5-11 Monash to 1-4-10 University of Melbourne. We're playing 4 15-minute quarters and also 16 aside, so probably why we've seen a little bit more movement on the wings and a bit more space.
Yeah, it's good to see a few players really capitalise on that. A bit of run off half-back from the likes of Mitch Jenke, we saw resulted in a few scoring shots. So if I'm sure that Mark Passador will be instilling that in his half-time message.
We've seen a bit of University of Melbourne early. Who's impressed you so far from
The
their
captain,
point of view?
Lappin, been really, really strong around the contest and pushing forward at times. And also Luke O'Callaghan, I reckon he's had 15 to 20 disposals already. What about you, Hot Dogs?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the play of the ruckman Harry Winpope. He seemed to trying to get a bit of an ascendancy, and Ryan Sachs looked dangerous early in the forward line for University of Melbourne.
Yep.
Been impressed also by arguably the fringe players from Monash University in Liam Dolby and Fergus McLaren. Showed really promising signs for two blokes that probably want to push their football a little bit higher in 2018.
Yeah, absolutely. Put in a few pre-season or big pre-season from both players, so hopefully they better their careers this year.
And those not at the fruition wouldn't be able to see some exciting promises from Damien Hatch, who could be playing for Monash Blues again in 2018.
Yeah, he's come back from overseas, had 12 months off. Big purple hatchie. He's a genuine athlete.
So there you have it. Those watching, very, very exciting by the prospect of seeing Damien Hatch rolling around in the turquoise blue for Monash. One of those players that, when he's on, he uses his pace and height. Very, very dangerous.
Absolutely.
And isn't he liking the special comments about him too?
Just watching a few of the replays on screen now. It's definitely gotten a bit darker since then. The lights are on. Turf looks magnificent.
So in this second half, where do you see the match being won, Sam?
I reckon across that half-back line from Monash, if they can keep producing that run, those intercept marks from Cosgriff, the use from Clifton, if they could seriously push into that forward line and start to get a few entries that are finding targets, I think they're going to be really dangerous. But on the other hand, from University of Melbourne perspective, where do you think they need to win the game, Hogs?
Well, I think they've definitely had more positive play. It's just probably they've just fell at the final hurdle, like a number of teams doing this sort of level, because they are trying to play quite a complex game plan, move the ball quickly, and at times it can be tough to get that final kick forward. If they just get a bit more cleaner forward entries, then I think University of Melbourne should win this match. So the Second half about to begin. Hucker and Twig to do the ruck work. Clifton, Woodland and Leeds in the middle for Monash.
Don't know how much longer Clifton can be in the guts for. I reckon he's blowing up.
Monteith, Lappin, and his number disguises me on the outer wing, outer centre square.
I assume it'll be O'Callaghan.
There's the score on our screens. Monash 1-5-11 to Melbourne University 1-4-10. Ball up. Win there down by Twig. Hand pass from Woodland to Leeds. Might have got around the neck. Umpire says no. Squires hands out to the space of Clifton. Straight onto his left and a great kick there.
Opposite foot.
Dolby puts it in the square to Buck. Gets hands down. Lappin wins the ball and straight back out for University of Melbourne.
Just a shallow entry there, Hogs. Really hurt. Got to get that a bit deeper from there.
University of Melbourne finds some space on the wing. They look inboard again. Can't get over the hands of Condon. Condon to Cosgriff. Turns back in. Condon
clearing kick.
Launches the ball. Nearly a mark there by Dolby. But out there by Kimpton. Back into the 50. A leap from Binns. Doesn't prevail. Quick kick by Uni Melbourne. And they've found a loose man there of Sam Cameron, who waltzes in.
Oh.
And
floater. Hit the post. Wasted opportunity again.
A lot of time to compose himself there, Sam Cameron. And a man running over the top, but
well, if you're
will be disappointed with himself with that. And the scores are now locked at 11-all.
Condon to Leeds. Back pocket. Chip over the top. Nice work to Clifton.
Clifton starting to get into the game and have a bit of an impact with his run. On the wing for Monash. Chip kick in to Cowan.
He's got to get rid of it.
But kicks forward. And
great
a great mark there. Great mark there from Hodgson. The North Melbourne VFL listed player showing his class again.
He's down the line. Clifton
contest.
At the back.
Clifton wins it. Sells the dummy. Looks inboard. Squires. Again, Monash trying to go inboard. They had the numbers on. Intercept there. Might have been a throw. And Bucky wins the free kick. And look at that. Trying to move on as quickly as possible, Sam. Must be the direction of Passador at half-time.
Yep. And this has to go deep. Can't be another shallow entry. And it is. Just looking over the back there too.
Right. It may have been a push, but not paid. And that's a good mark there by Cosgriff, who found himself forward.
He snuck forward, big chugger.
Nearly best on ground in that first half with his defensive efforts.
Yep.
Passador has moved him forward maybe for that extra target forward.
Yep. And I'm going to put the Mickey on him. I reckon he'll kick it.
And straight through the big sticks from Charlie Cosgriff.
The captain.
The captain of today. The man who's just been promoted into the Monash University Blues leadership group, strolling back to the half-back flank with a bit of swagger about him too.
Yeah, look at him. He doesn't look like much, but I'll tell you what, he can play.
A very ecstatic man there, Charlie Cosgriff.
Probably a push out, but you just play with what you get.
And Monash back in the lead, 6 points, which in these short quarters, every goal
it's crucial, isn't it?
Is crucial. Tapped down by Twig, but Lappin wins the ball. Cosgriff doing the efforts at both ends at the moment. Lappin follows up his own ball. Quick kick forward. 2-on-1 for University of Melbourne. They should get a mark.
Haven't.
Sack misses it.
Quick
kick forward.
And he's kicked it. He's made amends for that last effort.
A goal there by Sammy Allen, it appears. A good follow-up there from Sack, who dropped the mark, gets it on, handbars over the top, well read by Allen.
Quick kick.
Didn't get sucked in to the ball.
And they've answered back immediately. Scores tied, 17 apiece. Tightly contested here in the third quarter.
Game starting to get a bit more fluid. Lappin wins it. and he'll get it back. Starting to have a bit of impact in this game. Kick forward. Cosgrove and Condon in the contest. Sack wins the ball on the left foot and misses.
Just started to get a few clearances here, University of Melbourne. Getting on top in the middle.
Ryan Sack has looked dangerous all game, but hasn't been able to capitalise at all at the moment.
Out they go to the far back pocket.
Squires, ball in hand. Attempts the chip over the contest. Monteith wins the ball.
It's Cosgrove again, buttering up. Hands out, quick hands, great hands.
Twiggs sells the candy. Bit of
The
party
big fella.
time there on the wing.
Oh, great chase down there. Play on, managed to get the hands out. Cosgrove picks it up on the
Cosgrove.
half-back line.
Very good pick up there.
Ball in dispute.
Great
Squires,
block
hands
there
out,
from
and he's
Leeds
out.
to Squires. Cowan with a bit of space. He can set himself up.
That's a running
He's
shot.
going to have a go at it.
Oh,
and
bounce.
just across the face, and the ball has clipped the behind post and will have a throw in. Very impressive work from Lockie Leeds, the pick up
Absolutely.
there.
Nicky Cowan.
Not a noted goal scorer, Nicky Cowan, but rated himself from that
Distance on that. Ambitious. I like the confidence. And the ball's out of play in the Monash forward pocket. Hopefully they can get a score from this. Oh no, they've found a free kick, or it's out on the full down there.
Melbourne lead by a point.
I think the ball, yep, no, it's definitely a free kick. There's a bit of dispute there.
Halfway through this third quarter. Leap at the football, not marked. Monash will look to another quick kick in through Castles.
It's Jenke roving the ball perfectly on his
Sets
not
himself.
preferred.
And what
And he
a
slotted it
Mitch Jenke
on the
asserting
non-preferred.
himself in this match.
You can't miss him with that helmet, but geez.
And
Has
that's
he played a good
game. Important goal in the context of this match. Like we said, short quarters, every goal is pivotal.
Look at that replay, hot dogs. Perfect roving of the football. Straight down, great contest from the big forward, and that's how you slot him.
Mitch Jenke doing his round one selection. Absolutely no harm tonight at the Frierson. And Lockie Lane very happy with Jenke's work on the boundary line there. Monash lead by 5.
Joe Salvatore pushing the magnets for Monash tonight.
Winpope, twig in the ruck. Winpope wins it down. But Monash win the clearance.
Oh, runs into Jenke.
Jenke lapping
pushes him over.
into Winpope. To Ziemkovic. Might have got over the top of Staley there. And Sack marks, plays on. Strolls in. Open goal. Phildy Young, the goal umpire there, signals and an instant reply there from Melbourne Uni.
Yeah, it looks like Monash have just, looked to score and fallen asleep after the goal. Melbourne have managed to kick it straight back.
Staley playing in front, just misread the ball.
Tit for tat.
And Sack, who has looked dangerous, finally prevails.
Yeah. Ball up again.
Winpope wins the tap, down to O'Callaghan, to Lappin.
Another clearance by the University of Melbourne. They're really getting on top down
Cameron on the wing, chucks it onto his left.
there. Chugga comes out to meet the footy.
Chugga misses it. Hucker, quick kick forward. Staley, look to make amends from the last mistake. Kicks in, but wobbly old kick, but it finds Oliver Hurley, who looks inboard. Good shepherd there from Clayson.
Oh,
Twig nearly got his hands to it, then falls on the footy.
ball's out.
And we might see a quick hand pass there. Dolby wrapped up
Dumped.
and holding the ball.
Hold the football. And they've played
And
on.
a play on initially there.
Looking to spread.
Oh, very quick ballment there. Ziemkovic takes a bounce, sets himself up, takes another bounce, runs inside 50. Oh, but just
Another
can't.
wasted opportunity, or they kept it in down there. Chugga butters up.
Daly hand passes to Cosgrove onto his right foot. Finds a great target there in Condon. Condon looks inboard to Jenky. Jenky nearly got the 1-2, but spent it before he had it back to Cosgrove. Quick kick on the right. And he finds Condon, who's starting to get in this match since he's come back on the field.
Yeah, he has. Good use. Looking inboard. Oh, no.
Hurley drops the mark. Composes.
Really.
Back to Leeds. Short chip kicking. Brilliant kick to Castles. No, to Woodland.
It was a bit fumbly there from Monash, but they've made their way to centre wing.
Monash will look to snag a goal before this three-quarter time break.
Condon.
Condon sells the candy. Not much to go for. Ball wins it down.
Yep.
And Ukovic composes himself. University of Melbourne regain possession, but they've turned
Dolby.
it over straight away.
Called his name a lot tonight, Hot Dogs.
Dolby
inboard
inside
to
centre to McLaren. Drops the chest mark. Picks it up and wrapped up. Got to be taking them.
You really do. Monash have been a bit sloppy the last couple of minutes.
Right idea, though. That kick was on. Hurley, Windpope in the ruck. Hurley uses his body.
That's Jenky.
Callahan
Great tackle.
stripped out of the tackle. Umpire says he doesn't have it.
Oh,
And
it's a bit
And he's
stiff.
let Jenky know about it too. Good kick from O'Callaghan. Unity Melbourne, plenty of options forward. Leeds gets across to the spoil. Outnumbered, Leeds gets back in. Cameron with the hands. Snap from Melbourne. Could have been a hold on.
It's a free kick.
And it'll be a free kick to Sack, who will try to kick 2 in a row here.
Jamison Crawford just giving away the free kick there. A bit sloppy. Didn't need to be done. Oh, sorry. No, that's not Jamison Crawford. That's
Liam Dolby.
Liam Dolby.
Sack, who has been pretty good tonight.
Comes in, slots it. That's a telling goal late in this third quarter.
Very important goal. Monash had the play. Not long left in this third quarter, but
Thought it was a bit stiff in the middle there, Hot Dogs, that free kick to Jenky. Could have gone either way, but that's how footy is, isn't it?
you're not wrong, Sam. So the equation is Melbourne Uni lead by 7 points. And it hasn't been as one-sided as we did predict. Monash have been very gallant, I think, tonight. On paper, we thought University of Melbourne had the play. As the ball is up, good win by Windpope there. Leeds finds some pace, hands it out to Jenky. Chip kick in. Monash will look for another forward entry. Bit of space. Finds a target and handy mark there from
Twig.
Lachlan Twig.
Cliffo really wants it.
Cliffo might get the hands here.
He wants it.
Doesn't know where he is. Clifton settles from 50. Right on his limit there. Probably just didn't have the run that he usually likes. Very comical there from Twig. And Squires gets the intercept mark.
Goes back to Cosgrove.
Cosgrove needs to get the ball moving. The three-quarter time siren not far away. Cosgrove looks lateral. Dangerous kick. Clifton forces the spoil. Jenky to Hurley. McLaren straight onto his boot.
Condon.
To a running Condon. Condon forward.
Ooh.
Spoil there from Melbourne. They've got the numbers here. Great tackle there.
He's done well since going out of the ruck to the forward line, Nick Morrow.
Sam Cameron hands.
Good work, locking that football in.
Monash have had plenty of opportunities late in this third quarter.
I think Nick Morrow's gone a bit under the radar. He's just doing the team things at the moment, playing really, really good footy. There he is in the ruck.
Morrow in the ruck. Ball goes over their heads.
Twig couldn't touch that, being the third man.
Ziemkovic, who's been very
Lively.
dazzling today. Turns it over. Jenky can't gather.
Clifton.
Ukovic bullied off the ball there by Clifton. Ziemkovic goes back in, plays for the free, doesn't get it. Bucky wins the very good contested ball there. Quick kick forward. On his right foot.
Goal. Behind.
And a behind. Just one kick in this match.
Move the ball in quickly. Out to the pocket. Didn't need a target, but that's all right. Had plenty of time.
Williams.
Come out to met the footy was Leeds. Acrobatics there.
And I think Clifton uses the advantage.
Close
Moves towards goal. Ball does not bounce the way he wanted to. Couple of opportunities there from Clifton late.
Yeah, really.
Maybe could have looked for the chip option, but he, as we know, he does like a goal every now and then.
Bit of me time. Comes out to Cosgriff.
Cosgriff drops the mark. Bucky sells to Kenny. Cosgriff misses it. Ziemkiewicz.
He's getting his hands on the footy a lot at the moment.
Great
Really good
handball there. And Uni and Melb clear for now. That's a telling mark there from Hucker. The big man strolls forward, puts it out into space.
Foot race here.
And
he's just burnt.
Ball sits well. Sam Allen runs in.
Goal.
And another end-to-end goal from University of Melbourne.
Just put the afterburners on there. Burnt Paul Liam Dalby.
Fantastic mark on the wing from Hucker. And boy, did he show his burst of pace.
Just senior players, Damien Hatch and Big Moose, doing their injury rehab, working on their pipes. Good to see.
Two senior players who'd love to be out there now, especially this close contest. Melbourne Uni lead by 11 points as we see this goal on our screen. And he's just way too quick for Dolby there. Jenke may have got a high one there. They'll look to move the ball quickly here. Short kick from Jenke, marks the Bucky.
Or probably infringed on the
Oh,
mark
might be
there.
50 there. Not called. Twig.
Woodland.
Down to Woodland. Clayson finds the ball. Short hand pass to no one. O'Callaghan. Starting to get back into this match. Quick kick to Cosgriff. Did he play on? Calling for the 50.
Chip over the top.
I think if
To
we were
Woodland.
playing the AFL, that encroaching area would be paid, but not
hot
in
at the
the
moment.
Varsity Challenge Cup as Buck marks about 40 out. Now, this is a big kick, Sam.
It certainly is, Hot Dogs. So this will really test him.
Lockie Buck, another one of those fringe players that would want to be playing more senior football.
Definitely. In he comes. Definitely put on some size, Bucky, last year.
Monash need this goal. Buck
Sets it up.
doesn't get all of it. Plenty of roving options.
Just can't gather there.
Taps it in front of him, Cosgriff. Lays the tackle, and we'll have a ball up.
That was Lockie Mack there.
Lockie Mack and
Oh,
Charlie
they've
Cosgriff.
picked out a free
very
kick.
Similar.
Oh,
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
Morrow in the ruck. Clifton.
Bursting his way through. Clifton going again. No, just couldn't get the footy there.
Ziemkiewicz down to Cameron. Melbourne Uni link a bit of hands.
Oh, good tackle.
Good tackle
Hold
there by
the ball.
Cameron. He's paid it very, very stiff there.
This could be telling late in the quarter again.
Ball seemed to break out in the tackle from McDonald, but the umpire is
happy
awarded
about it
to
there.
Nick Cowan. Umpire Reimers today. Nick
Hold on
Cowan.
it.
This will test him. From the 50.
It's a good strike. No,
Not
just
bad
drifting.
off the boot. Had the distance.
Minor score. 10-point deficit. Could be a completely different story. The second half of this third quarter, Monash have really had the ascendancy and just can't put that scoreboard pressure on.
Monash have had arguably all the play in this third quarter. Just the counter-attacking goals from Melbourne proved the difference so far. Ukovic kicks on the wing and finds Sam Cameron. Cameron, who's had spurts in the ruck today, looked impressive. Ziemkiewicz
Been
finds
really
a
impressive.
great lateral target there. McDonald forward, good fist there from Cosgriff. Jenke wins the rebound, spilled out in the tackle and holding the ball. Advantage taken, Callaghan settles.
Phil wasn't even
Phil
watching.
DeYoung,
Turn around, Phil.
the president of the football club, looking for some stars out in the sky or something, but it is awarded a goal, and that is a huge goal. Another
It really is. Really against the flow.
counter-attacking goal from Melbourne Uni.
Really, really against the flow. That one probably stung the most, I reckon. That's going to really deflate the sails a bit. Had all the play, just can't capitalise. Great kick there.
A great tackle there from Sam Allen, who's probably been the most pivotal player in this third quarter for Melbourne Uni.
Yeah, him and along with number 5, Zienkovic. Been really, really telling.
Good attempt there, Sam. And on cue, kicks forward to Lappin. Long kick into the forward 50 for Melbourne Uni. One at ground level there by Twig. Socket off the ground by Cosgriff. Condon sols the dummy, does too much. Another holding the ball, another advantage as Haka runs in.
Oh no, he slotted it.
And 4 on the trot against the run of play. A huge third quarter for Melbourne Uni. They go out to a 22-point lead, and this will hurt the Monash Blues and Mark Passador.
23-point lead, Hot Dogs. On the screen there, mate.
Sorry, my other score is 22.
That's right, mate.
Just one
now
ahead.
it's changed now. 22. There you go.
Monash have won most of the clearances in this third quarter, but have just been killed on the rebound, which has been the trend in the AFL lately as the three-quarter time siren blows. Melbourne Uni with 4 goals in the on the rebound lead 7-6-48 to Monash University 3-8-26.
I really think that Monash had all the play there. That was definitely their best quarter, and yet Melbourne come out on top. It's just the flow of the game was all that way, and then they've just kicked 3 late that really, really hurt.
I guess you've got to be able to restrict the flow in the ball movement from the back half, and Monash just will not be able to. Ziemkovic, Sam Allen, Nathan Hucker, all pivotal in that quarter as Ryan Sack got on the end of 2, as you see here. And just the pace from Monash Uni, from Melbourne Uni, sorry.
Yeah, they burnt us over the back a bit.
Really just reading the ball that little bit better on the counter. And probably the pressure has been the other thing in the forward 50. 3 or 4 key holding the ball decisions going the way of Melbourne Uni. As we see the highlights on our screen, Nathan Hucker kicking that last one. Who impressed you in that third quarter, Sam?
I'm going to try to pronounce his name again. Nick Ziemkovic.
Very, very impressive.
Just his run, his poise. He's been very, very good in that third quarter. He
Seemed
didn't
to
have a
make-
lot of it in the first half.
No, I think he's probably made that move into the midfield of this midfield this quarter and really showed his class.
Yeah, has. Really good player.
Haven't seen that much of Tom Hodgson. Do you think he'd be
No,
probably not playing as much due to his
Yeah.
VFL?
Just
duties?
when he has gone near it, though, you can just tell he's a bit of a class above.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, on the Varsity Challenge Cup, wherever you are around the country. If you've just joined us, it is three-quarter time as Mark Passador is talking to his men. He's got a task on his hands. 15 minutes left of football, 22 points the deficit.
Yep, they need a lift. They need a spark here. This last quarter's huge. And kick a couple of early goals, and it's anyone's game here.
And as we mentioned earlier, not just bragging rights on the line, but a chance to go through the next stage and play Adelaide University in what
It's always a good trip over there.
it's a rewarding trip for all players. A great team building exercise.
Absolutely.
And Monash, they'll be very disappointed if they don't get the chance to play for the Varsity Challenge Cup against Adelaide again this year.
Yep. Melbourne have come out with a bit of chip on their shoulder this year, Hoax. I think they've just been a bit harder after being pants the last couple of years.
They have. They've been very impressed with their ability to find players in space. They haven't rushed when they've been in the back half of the ground. They have not rushed at all. They've found key plays through handball. Probably early on they just rushed their kick forward, but clearly in that third quarter they found their targets a little bit better, and they probably had more space in that first quarter, in that third quarter.
About to start the fourth quarter here on the Frierson. 22-point differential.
Well, here we go. The scenario in front of us is Monash University trail by 22 points. And they've put the big guns in the middle, the contested ball winners, to try and win this first clearance.
Yep, need a lift from them. Woodland needs a spark.
Clifton was very impressive in that third quarter. Will be looking to assert himself further in this match.
As has the run of Cowan. Had a few running shots goal.
A new move there for Monash. Elliot Staley
into the ruck.
From full back into the ruck. Against Winpope, who's rucked predominantly the day for University of Melbourne.
I think they just had the ascendancy in the clearances there. I think he was kind of jumping over Twig a bit, and they've obviously put Morrow forward to be that big target. So I think there's a direct change there from Passador just to get that clearance and ascendancy back from the middle, starting from there.
Siren sounds. Fourth quarter underway. Daly wins the tap. Clifton immediately gets the clearance.
Cochin.
But Hodgson playing as that loose and in front wins it. Quick kick from Monash forward. Umpires spotted a free out there. And it will go the way of Liam Carroll.
I think we've been calling him Dolby a bit.
Very stiff from Liam Carroll tonight. If you're watching the replay,
there's two Dolbys out there tonight.
It's been Liam Carroll, so we're very impressed with him. Yeah. I'll tell you that for free.
Bad luck.
Kicking forward, Melbourne Uni with a lot of numbers back. 5-2 on that contest there, clearly trying to push back. Good run in there by Sack.
This is where they've heard us, kicking over the back there.
Not
and running
much
on.
target. I think Sack probably needed himself there as his own target. It's been the key focus for Melbourne Uni so far in this match.
Yep.
You'd think a goal would seal it in these short quarters for Melbourne Uni, Sam?
Yeah, yep. Put it beyond 4 goals.
Staley wins the tap straight down to Allen.
Clifton.
That man's Sack. There's the bench for Monash Uni. Lockie Leeds talking to the physio there, looking quite...
Looks like he's going to chuck.
Quite frantic there.
It's a shame.
Back to play, Cowan.
He's just come back from injury, Lockie.
He's had a luckless run, hasn't he?
He has, and he's a very quality player, as we said earlier, from the Bush Rangers.
As we mentioned. Grew up with GWS Giants Harry Perryman. And Matt Kennedy, the new blue. As Staley
off the ground.
Soccers it off the ground.
Carroll.
Liam Carroll, good pick up.
Out to Woodland.
Out to Woodland.
Probably just had to get it going a bit quicker than that. Smell it off the boot. It's going to have a good result.
Cosgriff with a dashing run. Tries to do too much. Gets the handball, though. And wins the footy back. Hodgson, kick in forward to the lead of Morrow. Good hands. Castles on the boot. Wobbly kick. Uni of Melbourne. Win clean possession. Ziemkiewicz.
Good tackle. Great tackle.
Great tackle there from
Chased
Nicky
him down
Cowan.
from Cowan. The closing speed there is elite. He's gone wide. Good use.
Plenty of
Woodland.
space here for Woodland.
Who's
Direct
he gonna
inside
find?
forward. Sees the height. Morrow just can't seem to catch it cleanly. Very silky spin out there from the University of Melbourne defender. And they'll try to run as much clock as possible, you'd think. Look, he leads to his feet on the bench.
What he's doing down there.
Maybe concussed of some sorts. University of Melbourne go forward.
And this is where they've heard us. They run over the back.
They've got
They've
plenty
got
of numbers
3
here.
on 1 here.
Twig has a task set for himself. He taps it in front.
Oh, he's had a
Snap.
shot and he's missed. It was a bit greedy there. I think he had the numbers in the centre.
Couple of times tonight, University of Melbourne could have used the numbers around them. Monash undermanned in defence. Castles marks
Went to go there, lucky.
in the back.
Was out to Cowan.
Cowan finds a hit to Woodland.
He's off. Good mark.
Finds
Take a
himself
bounce,
with a bit of
son.
space. Kick out onto the wing. Clifton wasn't facing. Got a bit of task here, Clifton. Can't take the tackle. University of Melbourne
Smother.
try to go forward, but a great smother. Ball comes back to Monash. They go forward. 1-on-1 down there. May have been a hold. Umpire says no. Wrapped up. Did he dive?
Both
Has
players
he dived on it? No.
Great contest down
Ball
there.
in dispute. Carroll. Hands out. Jenke can't get the ball. University of Melbourne find a bit of space now.
There's Dolby.
No time to compose himself as Sam Cameron.
Runs away with the footy.
Very
Great kick.
impressive there. Hits the target. Just surges away from Dolby there. As McDonald goes forward. Oscar Allen once again.
And little Matty Davidson scores the
Sam
goal.
Allen, sorry.
Signals the goal.
Sam Allen, I think that could be his third goal tonight. Finding space out the back once again. And look at this run from Sam Cameron. Just bursts away, hits the target. In fact, quick ball movement's been the key tonight
It
from
has.
both sides. But University of Melbourne probably...
They're just starting to run away with it here. I think they're might have a little bit more fitness, a bit more running the legs, a bit more drive at the moment.
Could be tough now here for Monash. Down by 29 points.
He's got to stem the flow a bit here.
Win Pope, hands to O'Callaghan. Kick forward. Oh, and plucks it. Oscar Dowd. The Melbourne Grammar boy with a crate mark there. Haven't seen that much of him tonight, but geez, the skills like that, very impressive.
Tough kick. The wind's just picked up a bit here. You can see his hair flying a little bit there.
Dowd to put the result beyond doubt. A low kick, but hooks it to the left of screen. A few nervous Monash University Blues supporters on the sidelines.
It's young Matty Madsen. He's going to be out there today, but got bitten by a spider hot dogs, and he's no good.
Very stiff for the young man.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Lane kicks to himself. Twig can't take the mark. Kicked off the ground by Squires. Woodland picks up, spins, handballs clear, but to no one. Back in by University of Melbourne, and a mark to my man, Ryan Sack, who's had a bit of it tonight forward.
He has. He's playing well.
Been very, very impressed by this man.
And they're just peppering their forward line now.
It hurt. Those repeat 50s are key in the AFL. And once again tonight have proved the difference. Sack directly in front.
He's missed.
Just missed to the left. University of Melbourne refusing to put away Monash, but lead by 31. Monash will look to move it at all costs, but doesn't help when you kick it straight back to the opposition. And Sack will line up for
Go
another
again.
one. Yeah, with a bit of a smile on his face. Ryan
See if he
Sack,
can make
definitely
amends.
one of Uni Melb's best tonight. Comes in,
Makes no
and
mistake
he
this
likes
time.
that one that time. Ryan Sack extends University of Melbourne's lead to 37 points. I think you're right, Sammy. Definitely seems the fitness of University of Melbourne
Yep.
proved the
Prepared
killer.
here at the
And
end.
Pastador's moved Captain Cosgriff into the middle.
Just a bit of grunt in there now.
Hopefully get an impact. Wimpope wins the tap. Callahan, it was good early. Woodland may have gotten his back. Umpire says no. Woodland wins the ball back. Hand pass to Condon.
Oh,
Hurley, little scrubber kick. O'Callaghan wins the ball. Great tackle there from Condon. And he has been very good.
Yeah, it's really, really tough around the contest.
Look at this tackle. Perfect textbook tackle. Pinned the arms. Brought to ground.
Falls to Woodland. Woodland through the ball. We have another forward entry.
Another repeat entry for Melbourne. Kick forward. Sack flies. Can't take the mark. McDonald hands it out.
Goal.
Another shot on goal.
Has he?
Waiting for the signal from Davidson. A point.
Yeah, he's forgotten his job there, little Davo. Just had to signal to the commentators to let us know what was going on.
And Lappin, who has been quite solid tonight, breaks the tackle, but can't finish. So get the ball back from the car park. Cliffin signalling he's going to go long here. Might look to play on.
Wouldn't mind seeing the old Tundi come out. Oh, he's lining up for it.
He's going here.
Oh, he's just going to drop punt.
Straight down. Trying to use this wind that might be a factor now.
Cosgrove,
Great
great
mark there from Cosgrove.
It's been a bit quiet of late, Cosgrove, but needing to pick up here just to stem the flow. Get a few goals back
Cosgrove
away.
doesn't hit the target to Staley. Staley follows up, but can't tackle Lappin. Lappin turns onto his right. Kick forward. Oh, Sam Allen tried to get out the back again. Twig just boots it off the ground. Tries to clear. Twig wins the ball back. Dives on it, but gets rid of it. Clayson. Sidestep.
Oh, and Cliffo back to mop up. Raking right foot out to...
Good sidestep there from
Woodland.
Monteith. But just couldn't finish as Clifton plays the Matt Ryan role on the goal line. Hurley again looks inboard. A few targets there. Condon
gets
whacked
crunched
after the play from O'Callaghan.
Straight back up.
Lockie Lane sort of lets O'Callaghan know about it. Oh, that's a brave contest as the kick falls to Sack. Roosts it inside forward. That might bounce through. Ryan Sack. It could be his third or fourth tonight.
Probably shouldn't have been. Probably should have been touched, but it's, you take the fortune.
Very happy with his work there. Can't get him dead in front, but from outside 50, no worries.
Boys watching on there. Just had their training and a bit of a cool down.
The rest of the senior group watching on. Captain Madison Hardiman there on your left, number 29.
Doesn't look like it, does he?
Just the throwing goes up. Binns wins the tap to O'Callaghan. Lappin, another possession. Deep into the forward line. Sam Allen might get another one out. Oh, Sam Allen has been out the back all night. A few Joe the Gooses, and no one's been on him all night.
Truck lane, bring him back in. Short kick.
Monash.
Gets it back. He's having a run, Truck. Another short kick. Didn't quite make the mark. Going to get it back here. Oh, straight into the truck.
Straight in.
It's straight through
Fends
the truck.
off. O'Callaghan to cap a stellar night from him.
Well done.
And he does. Well done, Lappin and O'Callaghan there.
I thought Lappin was in all sorts when he crashed into the truck, but he just went straight through him. Great play.
Here, the replay on our screens now, just straight into lane.
That's a hard man to move.
And that could be our Monash University goal of the day, I think.
I think it could be, definitely.
Thanks to Coffee.
Yeah, the score's just pushed out to 51 points here. It's a bit of a slide downhill towards the end for Monash.
Monash, who just couldn't capitalise on their third quarter momentum.
Melbourne have just ran away.
Melbourne Uni very, very impressive in this last. Morrow holds the ground, wins the tap.
Cosgrove
shrugs two off him. Can't get the hand pass. Very clean there. Hucker, forward. Everyone lining up here for Melbourne. Sack, wheels on his right.
Miss.
Oh, was going for number 5. Ryan Sack has been a presence for Melbourne Uni today.
Certainly has.
Well, tonight.
Condon. Kick.
Another one who's impressed for Monash. Low kick. Carroll out to Buck. Buck
a run.
Bit
a
of
few
time.
bounces.
He's calling someone forward. Kicks forward. Good lead there. Good mark there by Hodgson. He'll look to move on quickly. Deep inside 50. Morrow back with the flight. Can't take a hold of it.
Staley.
Clayson it was. Staley on his right. Looks like Dolby in there. Hands out. It was Woodland to Buck to Hodgson.
Miss.
He snaps it behind. It's probably the best ball movement we've seen it for
Yeah,
quite a
it
while
has,
from
it has.
Monash. Oh, dirty run here from Ziemkovic, it looks. 3 bounces. Boomer Harvey-esque and hits the target.
Lines up. Unselfish play to the top of the
And
square.
a great kick. Great link-up play there.
Oh, unselfish plays. Kicked it out. Great work. Really sloppy there from Monash.
And boy,
Wasn't manning
Sammy
up.
Allen, who, fair to say, has loved a snag tonight, will get a chance at another one. Oh, dashing play there from Ziemkovic. And hits the target.
Shot on goal.
Allen makes
No
no
mistake.
mistake. It's another one for University of Melbourne, who have just catapulted since that halfway through the third when Monash came at them quite hard.
I think it's really stemmed from the run of Zienkovic. Their inside work with Lappin being good all night. Really just come to the fruition at the end of this game.
Melbourne Uni boys
Long
on the
hand.
sideline. Oh, Luke O'Callaghan would be pretty happy with his performance tonight. Morrow
An
Bins in the
infringement
ruck.
here somewhere. Kick to Cosgriff. No, to the ruck.
And
All right. Clifton
Morrow
will want
gets
to
the
get.
free.
Oh,
Cosgriff.
geez, sold him into trouble.
Hospital hand pass
Clifton.
to Clifton on a
Oh,
great mark
Hodgson.
from
Was it?
Hodgson.
Yep.
Obviously, clearly trying to play that loose man defensive intercept mark role.
Hodge-esque.
Allen might have got a high tackle. Ziemkovic
Ziemkovic
takes
plays
the
on.
advantage to Sack, who swings on his right.
Oh, he's missed.
Oh, and he's missed again.
4
I don't
goals
think
for
Sam
already.
Allen would be happy with that one. He would have loved a chance at another goal. Allen and Sack being very potent for Unimel tonight as we see a torp out on the wing. Cosgriff with a bit of time. Kicks up to Woodland. Turns on his right. Can't front Staley. Melbourne Uni on the rebound. And the ball goes out of play. Not long now left in this one. Melbourne Uni well and truly have this match wrapped up. Been very impressive in this second half.
They have. Ball comes out towards Woodland. Zivankovic on a run again. Just sold about 4 sets of can. He has a bounce.
He's been more than impressive tonight. Can't hit the target. Buck goes forward. Might be a chance for another one for Monash. Clayson just can't take the mark. McLaren, good pressure. Clayson, great tackle. Hodgson moves on his left.
Good work.
And Lockie
Good
Buck
work.
will line up to
Lining up for his second goal. Hot Dogs. Or second shot on goal.
Mark Passador. Will be pretty impressed with how they've been in the first half, but
Just fell away.
as Buck
Slots
lines up and kicks his second goal of the night. Well done to Lockie Buck. One of
Well
those
done
players we mentioned earlier who want to be pushing into that one's frame. And performance of that would do no harm. Melbourne Uni lead 12-13, 85. Monash 4-9, 33. Melbourne Uni have piled on the scoring shots in second half of this Varsity Challenge Cup match. The winner, as we said, will go on to play Adelaide later this year. Binns, Morrow in the ruck.
Bark to Clifton. Clifton, left foot.
Contest out there from Hodgson, can't win.
Cosgrove going to butter up here. Burst through a couple tackles.
Spin
hands
from
off.
Cosgrove, gets the hand pass out. Hodgson didn't have it, umpire says no. Quick kick on the left. Ferg McLaren!
Ferg!
Fergus McLaren, the unlikely goal scorer, could pop
Good
up
on him.
and kick his first of the night.
Good mark. Take them as they come. They fall in your lap.
Monash have started to put a bit more respect to this scoreboard late. McLaren would love a snag here.
But oh, he
And
snuck it home.
Squeezed that through.
Loves the snag. Loves a snag.
Very, very happy man, Fergus McLaren, who is probably, fair to say, pushing that one small forward spot. Nick Argento better watch his tail, I think. As we see the replay there, just good attack on the football there from McLaren, who has showed a bit tonight.
Yep. Melbourne going forward again. Intercept mark from Squires. Goes out towards the wing.
Kimpton can't get the spoil from Cosgrove.
Gave him a task. He's done well.
Cosgrove breaks the tackle, goes for a bit of a dash.
Needs to have a bounce here. He's
Looking for an option, finds Carroll on the wing. It's a great smother there. Not long left to go in this Varsity Challenge Cup.
Spider bite Madsen, as we spoke of earlier, not playing tonight.
Hand pass there from Carroll to Cosgrove. Cosgrove finds Buck in a bit of space. Bucky on his right. Good intercept mark there. Binns in the centre of the field. Trying to find one more. Big torp from Alec Binns.
Tundi,
Can't find a target.
plenty of numbers. He's fallen over,
Sack falls over,
Oh,
and
he's been given
umpire
a
Reisman has
bad luck.
no remorse, but it doesn't matter.
Melbourne Uni victorious.
University of Melbourne dominate Monash University in the end. 12-13, 85 to Monash Blues 5-9, 39. In what was a fierce contest early. Contested ball was the main directive, but the movement and the ball space from Melbourne Uni, late, the difference in the match.
It was. They just had more run-off half-back in the end. Their ball winners started to get their hands on the ball out of the ruck, and their clearance work was phenomenal. And in the end, 11 scoring shots differential really hurts.
Just the potency of University of Melbourne, especially in the second half, from Sam Allen, Nick Ziemkovic, and the goal scorer who had 4 or 5, Ryan Sack. Very impressive.
Yep, really good. Just as the players shaking hands, could get some special comments here from the Monash Blues number 2 ruckman, Charlie Rossetti.
So the story tonight, Melbourne Uni victorious in this 2018 Varsity Challenge Cup. They will go on to play Adelaide University later this year. Melbourne Uni, who lost the last 2 years, are victorious once again. And joining us now just to give us some brief comments onto the match is player who didn't play tonight, but regular midfielder of the Monash Blues, Bo Harris. Bo, how did you see the match play out?
Yeah, mate, it was a good match. Monash were in it, especially the first half. It sort of faded away a little bit. Melbourne Uni, they've got a few talented young players that a few of us have played against before, and they really did, outshine the Monash team today.
What are the positives do you think that Mark Passador will take out from a Monash Uni's perspective?
I think just the younger kids sort of getting a bit more footy coming into the season this year. We've got a younger squad, and there is a few, some of those guys like Bucky, Nick Woolen that will play in the one. So I think, just getting a bit of a run, getting a bit of fitness in.
And we may see a few of these University of Melbourne players during this year when we come across University Blacks.
Yeah, it should be good actually. I saw some of them out there tonight, really got some talent, so should be a good game we versus them. I think we got them early on in the season. So
thanks, Bo.
Yep, thanks, Bowie. Really got a head for radio, Bo. So good to get him off the screen.
And this will end the coverage of the Varsity Challenge Cup. Thanks for joining us, and well done again to University of Melbourne as the presentation's gone before us.
Thanks,
our
folks.
Coverage will end. Thanks to our special comments, Sam Laleeve,
No worries, mate.
Chris Wheeler, and Bo Harris.
Yep.
And I'm Will Hogan, and thanks for joining us.
A lot of respect goes both ways, played hard and fair. That was a fantastic game. So without further ado, can I get the captain of Melbourne? Come up and accept the 2018 Varsity Challenge. Tim Lee, Director of University of Melbourne. Thank you, Matthew. On behalf of the University of Melbourne, I'd like to thank yourself and the Monash team for the game, and thank you for hosting. Certainly a real pleasure to come out and take the trophy as well. So congratulations to our guys. Played a great game. Very impressed by the scared athletic tactics there, boys. Fleet of foot. You'll be really pleased to see that tonight it looked really good on the live stream. So you can all go and watch yourself tonight. We'll have a highlights package as we go forward. So as Matthew said, we're really keen to develop this program further. We're on the plane to play Adelaide during the year, and hopefully if we knock Adelaide Uni over, then we'll play in the Queensland later in the year. So hopefully we can take the title of University champions for the afternoon. So good luck, boys, for the future. And we'll see the rest of the Monash guys out tomorrow at Melbourne for a whole range of other sports, which will also be live streamed as well. So